Hello, my friend. How are you? I hope you are having a super amazing day. You know, I've been spending this is Heather. This is the Back to Me podcast. I was just so excited to get into this one. I have been working away all day so far and um listening to 80s music. So yes, as as my husband says, I'm a closet rocker. I listen to 80s music. I'm a child of the 80s. And when I listen to it, it reminds me of so many things. Um, those are formative years. When you're a teenager, early 20s, those are formative years. Those are when you're starting to figure out who you are, what you want to do. Sometimes you don't figure it out, and that's okay. I mean, mine has changed. Mine has changed multiple times, and I'm okay with that because as I learn something new, I think, wow, that that's really cool. I didn't know that about myself. Now I'm going to go do that. And it's okay to reinvent yourself many, many times. And today's topic is are you are you being too hard on yourself, or maybe you're not being hard enough on yourself? And I was not to mean that you should beat yourself up. Don't take it that way at all. I would never want someone to have really negative self-talk. That Think about the way you talk to yourself. Would you ever speak to a friend that way? That's a really good measure of um, how your self-talk is. Would you say that to someone that you cared about? But the are you being too hard on yourself? So listening to 80s music, I was thinking about, because it brings up events in my life and things that happened to me. And, I went to see Sarah McLachlan the other day. Oh my gosh, the soundtrack to my younger years was Sarah McLachlan, as probably with a lot of women from my era. But I was thinking about all the things, all the dreams that I had, all the goals that I wanted to achieve, all the things that I thought I would do. And it's taken me a long time to figure out how I work best and don't, or do my best not to procrastinate, do my best not to drag my heels, and do my best to be accountable to myself. So I think about that because I think about goals that I've had, things that I wanted to do, and I felt, I'm going to be really honest, half-assed about some of them. Some of them I was really half-assed at it. I didn't put in the effort that I could have put in. And that always has made me step back and think, well, did I actually want that? Or did I just think I wanted it? Because I like to think that if I really wanted it, I would have not done all the things that I do to sabotage myself. And I fully admit I have self-sabotage techniques. Oh my gosh, I have a whole menu. And I don't know anybody who doesn't. Everyone has things that they get themselves caught up in, excuses that they make. But when you boil it down, really, um, are you, what is causing those things? Are you avoiding the thing that you are dreaming of because it's not your idea? It's not something you really want to do. It sounded like a good idea. And if that's true, heck, take it off your to-do list. My gosh, it's easy to clear a to-do list with, oh, I actually don't want to do that. Psh, psh, gone. I've started projects and abandoned them because I've realized later, oh, that wasn't my idea. Actually, that was somebody else's idea. If you've listened to the podcast, I am a bit of an ideas doula. Like, I'll talk to people and ideas just start flooding into my brain. And I have in the past been mistaken and thought they were all mine for me to do, but actually they're just for me to give away. If you ever want an ideas session, just give me a message and we can sit and generate tons of ideas for you if that's not your zone of genius. But abandoning things sometimes feels like quitting. And I know I did a podcast on quitting. So this isn't about quitting. This is about, if it's something you want to do, finding a way to hold yourself accountable so that you can achieve the goal that you want. So I don't mean to be, not to be hard on yourself. Sometimes we're hard on ourselves because we haven't achieved something we wanted to achieve or thought we wanted to achieve. And then we just carry around that negativity with us. Oh, yeah, sure, I could go run this company, but I tried one time and it didn't work. well, first of all, nothing ever works the first try. Come on, let's be serious. You didn't learn to walk the first time you stood up, and you didn't learn to drive a car the first time you got into a car, and you didn't learn to do I'm trying to think of all things. I ride a bicycle. Oh my gosh. When I was learning to ride a bicycle, I was so freaked out. I actually hit a tree. What do you do? Don't look at the tree. What did I do? I looked at the tree. Anyway, I take time to learn things, and that's just part of the way I am. So if you're still carrying around the baggage of things that you didn't achieve, put those bags down. Don't carry them. If it's something you can still work on and you still want to do it, pick it up and let's go. Like, start making your plan. Start saying, I want this by this date, and this is how I'm going to achieve it. I was talking to a coach recently that I was working with, and he has a massive goal. I mean, when he said the goal, I got scared. No, he's giving himself 24, so I think he's giving himself 20 years to reach it, but it's a massive goal. When that's pretty amazing. And he's very focused, and he's got his plan. Now he has his plan. We talked about how he was going to plan to get there. Your goal doesn't have to be massive. Doesn't have to be massive. And plans are just a roadmap, really. They don't have to be scary. But if it's something that you want, still want, something new you want, and you're just sitting and not starting, there's lots of reasons people don't start things. I mean, I've been talking a little bit about, really, is it something you actually want? But there's also oh my God, what if I fail? That's not a real thing. It's just a lesson. Oh my God, what if I succeed? Yeah, but why would that be scary? I know there's layers and layers and layers of things that go, even not even consciously, to affect your behaviors. And your most best way to help you get what you want is to, one, this is what I do. I write down what I want. I write down what I want, and I write down when I want it. I write down the things that are going to have to happen to make what success would look like for that. What's going to have to happen for that to be successful? Evaluating that against the date that I've given myself. Am I being reasonable? It's not like I can. So I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I am also an artist. And I'm a professional artist. I mean, I've sold paintings. So, and I have an Etsy store, and I could have a goal on my list to paint 100 paintings by the end of this year. That's not going to happen. That would be dedicating 100% of my waking hours to painting, which would be pretty cool. But then I would miss all my coaching clients, because I love coaching as well. And I would miss, having time to relax. So hold up everything you need to do to reach your goal and what success would look like against how long it will take. And then decide if it's reasonable. And if it's not, adjust it, because you're the boss of you. Even if you have a job, even if you have a boss, you are ultimately the master of your domain. You are the boss of you, and you get to decide what road you take. And you can argue with me if you want. You can book a meeting with me and argue with me about whether that's true or not. And I will help you see that you are the master of your domain. So here we are. Are you being too hard on yourself because of things that you have wanted and not achieved? Either put them down or pick them up. And then, are you not being hard enough on yourself? And I don't mean that in a negative way. Are you not holding yourself accountable? Are you disappointing yourself? Would you take those actions that you had committed to someone else and let them drop? If you're like me, you would go out of your way to achieve what you promised to someone else, but I have been known to disappoint myself. And when that happens, I give myself a pause to try and figure out why I did it, right? Oh, and friends, so I am in the midst of creating, I think once a month, I'm just going to give you a book to read or something to look at or give you my opinion of a book. And I think the first book I'm going to talk about actually speaks to why we self-sabotage ourselves. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. If you haven't read it, oh my gosh, check it out. But that will be coming, this is August, that will be coming in September. So that I have time to, gather my thoughts. And that's me making a commitment to me of something that I want to do. So stay tuned. If you need some help, obviously, always you can reach out to me. And if you haven't been on the website lately, pop over. It's still under construction. There's still a more beautiful website coming, but there is a quiz there and that I've created, and I'd be super interested in your feedback on the quiz, just helping you determine if you want to work on something in your wellness wheel, which one where you might start. And you know that when I talk about wellness, I do talk physical, but also relationships, professional, financial, emotional, spiritual. Did I say them all? There's 6 of them. Go take the quiz. You'll get it. My friend, I hope you have an amazing and outstanding day, and take care of yourself. I will see you again